The 2017 Advance Auto Parts Clash is a Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series race at Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. The race was to be held on February 18, 2017 but was postponed to the following day because of rain. Contested over 75 laps. It will be the first exhibition race of the 2017 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series season. Report. Background. The track, Daytona International Speedway, is one of 6 superspeedways to hold NASCAR races, the others being Michigan International Speedway, Auto Club Speedway, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Pocono Raceway and Talladega Superspeedway. The standard track at Daytona International Speedway is a 4-turn superspeedway that is 2.5 miles. The track's turns are banked at 31 degrees, while the front stretch, the location of the finish line, is banked at 18 degrees. Format and eligibility. The race is 75 laps in length, and is divided into 2 segments. The first is 25 laps and the second is 50 laps. The race is open to those drivers who won a pole in the 2016 season or had won the Clash previously. The 2017 Clash at Daytona will not be a predetermined number of cars. Rather, the field is limited to drivers who meet more exclusive criteria. Only drivers who were 2016 Pole Award winners, former Clash race winners, former Daytona 500 pole winners who competed full-time in 2016 and drivers who qualified for the 2016 chase are eligible. Entry list. Starting lineup. Practice. First practice. Brad Keselowski was the fastest in the first practice session with a time of 46.972 and a speed of 191.604 miles per hour. Final practice. Denny Hamlin was the fastest in the final practice session with a time of 45.795 and a speed of 196.528 miles per hour. Race. Segment 1. Brad Keselowski led the field to the green flag at 11:35 a.m. under mostly sunny skies, after it was postponed from the night before. Kyle Busch exited pit road with the race lead. Alex Bowman, speeding, and Keselowski, 2 mini pit boxes, restarted from the tail end of the field. The race restarted on lap 23. Coming to the end of the segment, a few cars, including race leader Kyle Busch, short pitted the end of the segment. This handed the lead to Joey Logano as the second caution flew on lap 26 for the end of the first segment. When Logano pitted under the caution, the lead cycled to Hamlin. Busch restarted the race from the tail end of the field for speeding. Segment 2. The race restarted on lap 30. Contrary to the 2 runs in the first segment, this run featured a 3-car breakaway in the lead. Hamlin, Daniel Suarez and Matt Kenseth. That became a 7-car breakaway, joined by Logano, Jamie McMurray, Truex and Austin Dillon. The third caution flew on lap 50 for a single-car wreck on the front stretch. Exiting turn 4, Johnson broke loose a second time, slid down the track and slammed the inside wall head-on. The race restarted with 21 laps to go. The first 5 cars, consisting of Hamlin, Suarez, Kenseth, Busch and Dillon, broke away from the field, heading down the backstretch with 17 to go. Truex was drafting with Kevin Harvick until Truex cut down across Kyle Larson, got turned and collected the wall in turn 3, bringing out the 4th caution. The race restarted with 11 to go. The Gibbs Toyotas controlled the lead. A viable outside line wasn't forming and the field was virtually single file with 5 to go. However, Keselowski, Logano and Harvick pulled out of line and made their way to the front. Busch split Harvick from the Penske teammates, but found himself split from his teammates as well. Using side drafting, Keselowski and Logano split Kenseth and Suarez from Hamlin in the closing laps. Post-race driver comments. Logano said in victory lane that the Toyotas worked so well for most of the race because they're selfless, and they do such a good job working together and think of one car winning. We had to think the same way as Ford, and with the Stewart-Haas and Penske cars, we were able to get a good enough run to work together enough to break them up and make the passes. And then there at the end, it was kind of a mess. I could see the block was coming way too late and it wasn't going to work. It was pretty plain what was going to happen. I knew they were going to crash, so I just headed to the top. Everything was going on, and I was just in the right place at the right time." Quote. Keselowski said of his final lap move that he pulled up beside Denny. "Everything happened so fast here. He probably thought he was clear. I don't know. We made a little contact there and I feel bad for everybody. It is the clash. It's not the Daytona 500, and I guarantee he knows, and everyone else who is watching today knows, that I am going to make that move again. I had to make the move. I know all the other drivers are back watching and they know not to make that block on me again." Asked what he'd do different if given the chance to redo those last laps, Hamlin said, "There wasn't much I can do differently at the end. Perhaps staying in the middle lane there through 1 and 2 and trying to side draft. Keselowski, had help from the 22. I was in a bad spot there. He was just coming so much faster than what I was. There's not much that I could have done to defend. We lined up so well as Toyota teammates throughout the race that once those guys started breaking that up and leapfrogging, Keselowski, had commitment from the 22 and the 4, and when they were able to back up there, that really put us at a speed differential." Race results. Media. FS1 will cover the race on the television side. Mike Joy, Darrell Waltrip and Jeff Gordon will handle the call in the booth for the race. Matt Yoakum, Jamie Little, Chris Neville and Vince Welch will handle pit road for the television side. Dale Earnhardt, Jr., will be a guest analyst in the FS1 booth. Television. Radio.